It says I'm live. That's what it says. It's kind of a pop-up thing. Not too many people know. So it may take a while for anybody to get in here. Let's see here. I'd be happy if we get 4 people in here. Let's see what we've got here. No, I don't need that. I don't need that. What I need is to see mine pop up. There it is. It's just popped up there. There it is. Let me quiet myself down. Well, we do have 1 person in here. How about that? Let me just get some settings right. And we got 2 persons in here. We have, wait a minute. Oh, we have a technical malfunction. Let me swap the camera around. Maybe that will help things. Because it looks awful dark. The sun ain't down that far yet. Hello, little homestead by the beach. Miss Marilyn. There we go. We got 3 people in here. Thank you for coming in. It's not that dark here yet. Now it's all green. And I apologize for it. I can't see what quality is coming through on the on this side of the live stream. Well, wait a minute. I can. Okay, so long as I don't get me in here. That's always a chore. Just keeping myself out of the action. Oh, that's pretty grainy. I'm sorry. On my end, it looks very grainy, but that's the signal that I have here, and I apologize. Yeah, I was afraid of that. So how are you doing up there in the great Canada? Hello there, Hooga Homestead. Hooga Homestead. I seen you out there on Facebook, I think it was, and I hope you're doing okay today, darling. You've been through a lot. I think it was you that I saw was going through some rough stuff right now, and my heart goes out to you, Miss Hooga Homestead. Anybody else that's got stuff? I mean, there's so many people have got things going on nowadays that are not necessarily for the good. Nightfall, I'm glad to see you. Been wondering about you. How's your part of Canada doing up there? It should be time for y'all to do some fishing, I think. I picked you up on your fishing channel. Can't wait to see some more stuff. Been pretty busy, been strung out a little bit, and I hadn't been around as much as I normally would be. And I'm sure that people have noticed, and it just has to be the way it is. I'm sorry. We are going to, well, I'm going to harvest some of this self-heal I've got. Let me tell you a little bit of story here about this plant. Now, I'm going to tell you first off, I am not an herbal expert, okay? Not an herbal expert at all. I'm a novice, and I do good to identify a lot of things. But every year I add a little bit of knowledge to what I know. And I do know that self-heal is a very much sought after herb. Hey, Gardening Warrior Q, my main mod, thank you for joining. Yeah, I'm sorry. Having links and preparing and everything, I can't. I'm not the professional live streamer that I would aspire to be. Maybe one day I'll get there, but until then, I just suffer with what an old guy can do. That's about all. But self-heal is let me see if we can sneak up on this I'm going to lose some seed here, but sneak in on one of my favorite butterflies. Maybe y'all can see that. See him? Can you see the butterfly? I love those. When I was a kid, those were a constant friend when we were any time out on the farm and working. Those little butterflies right there. I wish he'd open up his wings a little bit. We'll blow on him, give him some. Well, we'll leave him alone. But anyhow, self-heal, I can't get into all of the things that it's rumored and supposed and whatever to do. Hey there, Storms, Radios, and Cats. Great to see you, brother. I'll let you do your research on your own. There's some that already know what all that is, and some folks are looking for it. I have a few things here that people have wanted over the years, and I've sent some out. And I'm happy to do some of this today. Now, let me tell you a little bit here about the story of these, okay? I leave my land as wild and feral as I can so that nature can bring things in to me, okay? You want grass? There's a whole world full of grass. It's the planet's #1 crop is grass. Everywhere people got grass, all right? And I've had my grass in the past, okay? I don't want any more part of it. So I want to see what nature will bring into my little patch of heaven here, right? Every year she does. I've got wild lettuce. I've got all kinds of herbs that show themselves here. You know, even the bigger things like elderberry and wild lettuce. You know, whatever. Nature's got a bunch of great stuff that the wind and the birds bring in. And once you learn what they are, once you identify the plant, then what you're doing is you're making friends with them because now you know their name, right? And you know what they can do. And so that's what I do. Yeah, now in recent years, hey, Larks, in recent years, I have, my place has become a little more feral than I want, okay? So I've taken it to the extremes the last couple of years. Looks like an abandoned, some kind of abandoned place out in the jungle. You know, only when I get to the bottom of all the greenery, there's not going to be no magic temple filled with gold. It's just be my bare soul again. So I keep distracting myself. 3 years ago, I found a little tiny patch of self-heal. There were about maybe 8 or 10 plants or 12 plants right here. And I figured out what it was, and I let it grow. Didn't cut it down or nothing, and let it go and let it spread. And I helped it spread. And so that's what I've done over the last 3 years, is just encourage this self-heal to spread on its own, and shaking out some of the heads in some different places. There's that butterfly. We'll get a little sun butterfly action there. Those are so pretty. Yep. So it has done so very well. There's many seeds in each one of these seed heads, and it spreads very well. Now I have read that it's a wild child and does not like to be cultivated, and that's kind of frustrating. You know, you got something that doesn't like to be grown. It likes to have its own conditions. Same with many wild plants. Nature has basically invented and evolved the plants to serve in a role that only it can do, right? There's many things that nature does that way, and they all have their own role. Now we got a little tray here that I've made to try to catch anything that wants to bounce out or whatever. And I got my knife there, and I won't be able to respond very much to the folks in chat, and I apologize because I can't see everything, and this is kind of tenuous the way I'm holding this in my hand. Yeah, my signal is not the greatest. I'm not in the city. There might be a magic temple. I can see some things. But let me just go in here. Let me show you what heal all and self-heal looks like, okay? This is what it looks like once it's dried up, right? This little seed head. And it's a very pretty blossom. It's got a light blue blossom. Do I see any? Yeah, there's one over there. There's one. Can I sneak up on it? It'd be hard to sneak up on that one. Let me do this. Let me take you over here to where I've got some that's in an earlier stage of growth. I have some that are ready to be harvested, some ready to be harvested, and some that are good to go. But it'll help folks to see. All right, there we go. You see this? This is what you can look for at your place. Real pretty plant. Very pretty. And it's an important food source for lots of pollinators. And I have got a bunch of it now. And I'm so proud, and I hope to have lots more in the future, and even have it in its own dedicated bed, like someone would do if they were serious about things. Hey, buddy. Got a live stream going on. Yeah, I'm sorry. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry, brother. Well, yeah. How'd he die? Melanoma? Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh. Well, at least it was a quick thing then. You know, I mean, that's not quick enough, but, you know, you got to go. And he was a strong man, you know. He was. Yeah. And ornery, too. It takes that. It takes a bit of ornery to make it, you know.
He wasn't worried about nothing.
Yeah.
He knew exactly what was going on and poured right on through.
Well, brother, I hate it. Hey, I appreciate you doing that, man, and you hang in there. You know, I know it's tough. I know it's tough tale. I know it is. You know, but hang in there.
Help you.
Yeah, yeah. It's a natural part of life. It's
Like
just that
Ronald,
shitty part of life. You know.
what part of life is literally life now.
Yeah, yeah. If he's
Yeah, I just want to let you know, hang in there.
yeah. Hey, you take care, brother. Oh, well, that's the way it goes, right? That's the way it goes. Somebody's always being born, and somebody's always leaving. Um, hey, Wade, man, it's great to see you. Sorry, I haven't been focusing here on the chat very much. There, Mercury 3 Actual. I appreciate seeing you, brother. Uh, let's see. Um, yeah, maybe one day um, I'll have some kind of very powerful big internet pipe here, but today is not that day, so that I'll have crystal clear 4K stuff there. Yeah, that's one of my neighbors, and he just experienced that loss. Uh, his father just passed away, and I hate it. I'm going to put this away. The tablet of um, what you call violation. We'll set that over there where it can't be violating with any reflections. Okay, let's get into this. But yeah, I have. Um, that's I didn't want to do that. Okay, we just lay there. You just go there. Okay, I want to grab you by my foots here. This is an adventure here now. When you're doing things one-handed. Uh, see, how did I discover? No, that okay. That sucks. that, I might have to do this no-handed or two-handed. Try not to cut myself. Okay, and somebody's expressed interest in wanting some of or wanting to know about if I'm going to harvest the heal all herb itself and if they could have some of that. And what I'm going to have to say to that is no. I thought about it and I remembered that this place here, this is underneath my power lines, okay? And the jack wagons came through here and sprayed last year, okay? I didn't want them to do it. I've told them many times, do not spray here. And because of that, I do not, I don't use anything that's in this area for my personal use or anybody else's. So I can't actually harvest anything that I'm going to send off to someone for fear that it may have something in it that could hurt them. How to garden. Great to see you, Glenn. Great to see you. Yeah, I need to be Johnny Scissorhands right now is what I need. But maybe if I can do enough of this, there we go. We can we can get in here and do some harvesting. We all think y'all like this action and think you'll be able to do it with two hands. I think it's all in the wrist, right? You gotta get that pop in there. Get that. Now see, there's one. There's one. The bumblebees will love this. The honeybees, I see some wasps on them. Well, I have a tripod. I do. But then that, if I had it on a tripod, I couldn't, be getting y'all in on this, on all this wonderful action, right? You won't get close to it. With a tripod, it just sits there. And let's see. And if there's a copperhead waiting for me in here, you'll get to see it first. Maybe warn me, right? Especially with this low resolution that I have on this on this thing here. Yep. It's we celebrate the birth, and we, as odd as it sounds, we should also be able to celebrate the death. Many cultures do. If someone has led a great life, I think it's really a celebration of that life when they pass. As everybody dies, only a few people truly live, but we've all got that in common. I done violated and cut some that's not quite ready to be cut, but it's a part of life. And mosquitoes are part of life, and that is when we brush our hands up against our arms, which has a little bit more coating, almost homesteading. Great to see you, Janet. Sorry I wasn't paying attention to my phone. Shame on you, Passamaquoddy. Shame, shame, shame. Baloo's Clues coming in all the way from the UK. She made a stop in Australia first in life, and then she decided she liked to go out and hang out in the UK, right? She's a transplant. One of them dang transplants. They getting all over the place. These Aussies in their really cool, really cool accent. Ooh, got some, maybe, do I have? I ain't got nothing here. You know what? Maybe I'd be better doing it this way. I think so. We're going to put away my old trusty knife here. Now, that's not 3 X's. If you've got a case knife with 3 X's, that means typically, I believe, that it was 100% made in the United States years ago. Now they're made in some other country, most typically an Asian country, right? That's right. Cindy Squirrel. Oh, did you? Awesome. Well, here I'm basically building my stock of self-heal and some other things. I did not get any mullein growing here, multi-generation. Well, I know I did have 1 year where I got, oh, that's still gonna do the thing. Oh, see, I need a razor blade where that thumb is, right? Hey, look at there. Look at that action. That works. Now I can see a little bit more of the chat. Oh yeah, poison ivy. Darling, I've got to put, if you don't have enough poison ivy, I've got plenty of it for you here. That's one thing that I have plenty of, and I can share. I can get you cuttings, I can get you seeds, whatever you want. Now, I mentioned to some folks that this was something that I was going to show that I was repurposing, okay? This right here is a handy little gadget for what we do, I think. Look here, okay? Not long ago at all, this was containing my supper for a few nights, right? I had a few nights worth of, actually 3 nights worth of supper of some General Tso's chicken in here, right? Now you see the vents, okay? Well, this thing right here If you've got something that you want to dry out, this would be probably an excellent container to do so. And you can probably take it to the extremes and set it in the sun if you're wanting to dehydrate something and get it really dry. Then again, the plastic may curl up on it. I don't know. I haven't used it for that. But for my purposes, it's going to help me dry these out really well. And it'll let the moisture escape. It's some pretty durable plastic. Seals up, you know, keeps most of the critters out. Because I'm going to tell you, I learned the hard way. When you harvest a bunch of seeds and you bring them in the house, they quickly become a target for the mice. Any mice that you've got sniff out your seeds. And that's the same thing goes for your normal annual garden seeds. They're going to find those too. So do keep your seeds safe. And don't let any little rodents violate you, right? Nobody wants to be violated by a rodent. Let's see here. Let's see if y'all can see any of these seeds action. Look at there, look at there. Well, just gonna thump the blossom a little bit there. Just thump it. Thump it. Louder. Thump it louder. And that is how small these little seeds are, right? But it was only one or two little bird droppings that that made its way here. Okay, it made its way here, and I see bumblebees and honeybees all over these things, and even the wasps, and sometimes the flies. I don't know. Sometimes I think maybe they're harvesting some kind of bugs on there or something. I don't know. Let me see if anything comes out of this little green one. I'll tell you what. Today was do or die. Okay. I either do it today or I'm going to die tomorrow trying to do it, because it's going to be 99 degrees here tomorrow. And I'll bet that my place is going to feel every bit of that 99 degrees. This is working pretty good. More rain coming tomorrow. Let's see here. I love vanilla. I love vanilla. One of these days I would love to be able to grow my own vanilla orchids here. There is, or there was at one point, used to be over 20 years ago, a wonderful place in Birmingham. It was a wonderful tropical greenhouse store. That's where I used to buy most of my best orchids. I used to have orchids. Didn't know what I was doing with them so much, but I was learning. I was learning about them, learning what to do. It's still my favorite of all plants. Wade's Wasteland. Let's see. Brother, I hope that your world is going well. I can't see everything in the chat. You know, we got the harvesting and the copperhead looking for him going on my side over here. It's really kind of boring, so I really ought to be paying attention to the chat, right? Yeah. I'll get the hang of this one day. Yeah, I don't find too many copperheads here. I have in the past. I have found one or two in the past. I found one it's been about 8 years ago. I found one that was a juvenile that was run over, which always makes me sad. I like to relocate them to somewhere just a little piece away and let nature continue on with her wonderful job. Um, gonna using this method, let's see what has jumped off in my hand. Nothing. Okay, so that's good. Let's see, using this method. Okay, nothing. Now let's see if it had anything in there. All right, see now. And this big tray is doing its job. You see that? This big tray is catching things that might miss getting in here. So, wait a minute. Y'all get out of there. Y'all causing me problems. Okay, just get. That might have come out of this one. Okay. So, that as a method for harvesting these is working pretty good for me. All right. Now, here's something that helps, okay? Rain has kept me from doing this for a few days. When I was ready to do it, it was raining. When I wasn't ready, it was nice and dry, right? But you can, the rain can help you or hurt you, right? As long as you dry things out, it's good to go. But if they were a little damp, that would help the seeds to stick inside these blossoms so you wouldn't lose them. When they're very dry and you don't have to dry them out, then they're also very jumpy. They like to jump away from you and be gone, right? And I just discovered something else too. These things would make excellent tinder for starting fires. Look at that. You get in there deep like and see that? It's so soft. It's so fluffy already on its own, right? You get you a little pile of this and, you're looking at something that could really help you start a fire. I think I'll use this the next time I do start a fire. I am thinking about cooking some burgers tonight for me some supper. I don't know that I'll do it then. Let's see. Have we got anybody in here that I have not? Oh, we're getting into stuff now that's in the in-between stages. See, this is almost ready to harvest, right? Let's see. We only want to get the stuff that's really ready. I want to share some of this with folks at a small cost, okay? Just a small cost, but I do want to share some. Anybody that wants any of this, I will be happy to help some folks out. Let's see here. Let's make burger nacho. I don't know. I won't be. Hey, where to begin homestead? Okay. Good to see you out there. Oh, I'm fixing to get my finger. My fingers are getting me in trouble on this side of the screen. Touching things I shouldn't touch. Juggling vehicles. Well, I hope that. Oh, don't tell me her name. I know her name. I know her name. It started with an E, I think. Dang it, I can't remember it now. But I know you and your one vehicle go a long ways back there, Wade. Aaliyah's in here. When'd she sneak in? I cannot see her. I cannot see Aaliyah if she's here. I don't know if I've got settings that I can change in here for that or not, or if there's. Okay, well, Eleanor. That's the name. That's the name of your car. You and Eleanor saw many parts of the United States, and Eleanor was a trusty steed. You may still have her, I don't know. Uh, these are pretty easy to get to here. I could, I could harvest a bunch of this stuff. I could, not just this little bit. You know, I could stay out here all day harvesting these things. Let's see here. Pop. Little heads pop right off. Oh, I'm sorry, Wade. I know you miss Eleanor. We saw her out there looking at the cows and taking us. Oh, okay. Glenn has caught himself over a 27-inch bull shark, it sounds like, from what I'm seeing. That's pretty awesome. I bet that was a fight. Might want to see my hands doing something, right? There we go. Maybe it's time I make another berry cam, right? Have the gauntlet on and the phone attached to the gauntlet. You get to see that action. It's like first person harvesting, right? Let's try out the berry cam now, right? This is what you see with the berry cam, or more. Let's see. Let's get in here. This action, this fake berry cam action. And you put it over there. It's just like you're in a gardening video game. You get to follow along. That's what Minecraft is for. If you are not a Minecraft fan, you don't know what you're missing. Let's get the garden. Oh, there's again. I'm not focusing where I need to. These are things that happen. Now, I spoke earlier about the harvest of the leaves and the part that you would use to consume of this plant to making your teas or salves or whatever you do with self-heal. I am not an expert. I do not know. Okay. There are people that are. I would suggest you speak to Wild Edibles. I would strongly suggest that you find Old Ways Gardening and Prepping, because she probably knows every way you can use self-heal, if I had to guess, right? Oh, you know what? We're now getting down to that part where the old man's back is hurting from all this stooping over, right? So, we have made a little dent. But I can tell you it's only a small dent. Just one of these. Just one of these. Not even one. It was a bird plop of wonderful proportions, I suppose, but it brought in, like, I don't know, 10 or 12 plants in one little area, and that may have only been one, maybe just one seed plopped out of a bird's butt, right? And it grew unnoticed, and then dropped its seeds, and then it came back up, and then it was noticed. I don't know, but I do know that I had one little patch. The next year it became several little patches, and now it spreads out a long ways in here. Long ways, lots of it. You're not seeing it all. You're not seeing much of it at all here. I could fill up a wheelbarrow of these little blossoms. One wheelbarrow of these things. No doubt. Yeah. Let's see here. Maybe I need to lay down on this and like let it ease my back a little bit. Right? Achy breaky backs. Let's go over here and let me get some WD-40 for my mouth parts, right? Mm, that's better. All the mosquitoes are trying to kill me over here. Oh, my place is so crazy here. It don't look like anybody lives here anymore. Oh, don't look like anybody lives here. But I assure you he does. Okay, let me see. Let me take off my glasses here so I can see the screen very easy and see what I have missed in the chat. Oh, yeah. If I could lay down and get it to ease up, right? See, Glenn with How to Garden down there in Florida, he's down there where I need to be. He needs to be up here, and I need to be down there. I need to be catching me some saltwater fish. Harvesting with Homestead Aquarius. I like it. Oh, you know, fun fact, a bull shark has the most testosterone of any animal on the planet. They put them on a scale, and exactly half of their weight is testosterone. Yep, regardless of what your husband thinks. A bull shark beats your husband, your boyfriend, any wrestler you see. They got more testosterone than any animal on the planet. I used to have a lot when I was a kid. Now, when I was a young man, I had all kinds of testosterone. But now it's on the wane, right? Making me, hey, keto. Yep, self-heal is a fantastic herb, and I'm very proud to have it here. Um, I'm going to encourage this to grow next year in a prepared bed, possibly, and probably use it as a cover crop amongst some other things. Now here's a great idea for you. I'm going to take a little break here and ease up my back, and I wasn't necessarily wanting to make this some kind of real long live stream anyhow. But here's an idea for you, okay? We for those of you that don't want to have a big grassy yard like me, I don't like it. Some of you, I get it, okay? You got kids, you just love it, whatever. Life is short and you should do what you want, okay? That's what I advocate. Do what makes you happy. As long as it doesn't take you making someone else unhappy, to get what you want, then you go for it, right? Don't hurt nobody else and do it. So having a yard or anything else like that, falls in them categories. I would prefer my place to look just like this, okay? Every bit of it, with weeds, than I would rather have grass, okay? Because with this, I get what nature brings to me. And she brings some really cool stuff, right? But there's so many plants that she has that makes something usable, something edible, something that we can use. It makes sense to use them where you can, okay? You should get you a greenhouse. That's the one thing that I always tell people. If you're the kind of person that has wanted a greenhouse, do it. Get one. And it doesn't cost that much to get a greenhouse, okay? You can buy a kit. The kits are normally kind of expensive. Hang on, I got a noisy neighbor going through here. You know, I can tell I'm getting older because the sounds of loud mufflers bother me, right? Oh, but yeah, a greenhouse. A lot of times the kits, they're ready to go, but they're a little bit more expensive, right? Now, if you go with a kit, it's going to have probably the good plastic on it. Just make sure you know what you're getting. Um, you can make a greenhouse very easily with just one cattle panel, one or two. It'll be small, but it depends on your needs, right? Greenhouse sponsor, that'd be fun. I've got a greenhouse right now that is embedded in the ruins. All right, um, but a cattle panel greenhouse can give you a 4x4 greenhouse, or it can give you an 8x8. No, a 4 by about 4x6 to 8 foot wide. But normally people want to go 8x8. You know, that would need two panels. But you can make one the size that you need. Mine is about 8x16. It's 4 panels, and it worked out great. But I did not spend much money for the plastic, and that makes a difference. I just bought the thick construction grade plastic, and that is not made to withstand the damage from UV light hitting it. So it doesn't last that long. All right, it will last 1 year, 1 year of use. That's all you get. The summertime, blasted away with all the UV, and it's gone. And so that's a temporary plastic. You spend more money, and you can get the greenhouse plastic that will endure for 5 years. Some of it up to 5 years or more. Okay. Um, and you can also go with the hard panels, right? Those panels work out pretty good too. Yep. Let's see. I have never caught a tarpon and would love to. I'm about to rebuild my, I'm about to build a shelter from the sun down near my outdoor kitchen, and that way I can be outside during hotter times of the day. But that's not today. I'm not doing that today. And get out there and do some cooking and some rain if I need to, and have a live streams and stuff like that outside again, and it'll be fun. Um, I do have to peel back the layers of that jungle to do it, and it'll be worth it when I do, because I am thinking about doing some neat things for for some live streams. We'll see how that goes. I'm full of great ideas, but who knows which ones turn out to be great. Okay, let me do a little bit more harvesting with this light. Just wanted to bring y'all along today and show you what I'm doing, show you a little bit about this herb, encourage you to learn more about it yourself and see what you're getting. Now, I have offered this to a few people. I offer it to you if you would like some of this, okay? I have got some mullein seed from a couple of years ago. It wasn't this past fall. Dang it, didn't want to pull the whole thing up. It wasn't the, it was, it's a couple of years old, but it's been sitting there waiting for me to give some more out. I've shared some with folks, so I still have some of that mullein seed, and I have going to have a good bit of this to share with everyone. But I am going to have to ask for some help with that sharing. I can't afford to just ship all this stuff out to anyone who may want it, okay? I'd love to, and I've done a little bit of that in the past, but this shipping stuff is too crazy for me. I just can't do it. So what I'm doing is going to offer some of this up. $12 is the price I've come up with for the combination of uh, mullein seeds and this self heal, and that'll help an old guy out a little bit. It'll help me. It'll make the shipping department pay for itself at least, and that would be a good thing. Um, but you'll get enough to get yourself started in some of this, right? And some mullein. Mullein is some tiny seeds. It's another wild child, and I've seen mullein growing in places that you never see rain, because mullein gets most of its the moisture that it needs from the dew that falls throughout the night and the day or the morning. It doesn't require much water at all. And so I've seen it growing in places like ghost towns on top of old buildings that have been set there, and they got blown in, and over time a little bit of dirt got built up and they grew. Mullein does need some type of soil to get into and to break open and get its nutrients out, but it doesn't need water typically, because like I said, it gets it from its leaves, from the dew. um, Self-heal does. Self-heal needs water. Let's see here. Just want them come check on Robert. Tiny seeds. These are tiny seeds. Um, Let me see here. I know I'm sure I'm missing lots of cool stuff in the chat, and I do apologize. Uh, yeah, I appreciate it. Give the old frog man a thumbs up. I got 11 people in here and 11 thumbs, and I even put mine in there too, because I'm like that. I'll like my own stuff. But anyhow, this is it, and I'll be able to get in here and harvest a bunch more of this more easily if I'm not holding this phone. So I suppose this is a um, like a fluffy version of the harvesting. That nitty gritty stuff ain't there. Am I wearing a do not resuscitate bracelet? No, Wade. No, there's no bracelets at all. I need to be wearing some just in case some uh, trip out in the sun causes me to redline and violate myself there. We don't want that, but somebody might find me out here unresponsive sometime, and a medical alert bracelet would really help me. It's like, hey, he's probably had a heart attack. Shoot him up with epinephrine. You know, put the paddles on him. Oh, I don't have to worry about that right now. It's fairly cool out here, but tomorrow it's going to be 100 and 99 degrees, and I'll throw in an extra degree. And it's going to be hot all over my place tomorrow, and muggy. But it's Alabama, is what you expect, right? South. And you folks that are up north of me, especially those out west and up north, like Oklahoma, um, up in Indiana and Illinois, y'all been seeing some terrible heat in the past, and y'all can keep it. Okay, there's a big wad of heat that I was just watching Ryan Hall talk about. Ryan Hall, y'all, if y'all, Ryan Hall, y'all, if you don't know him, you need to. He is a YouTuber's weatherman friend right there. I can't recommend him highly enough. Um, a hot female redhead belt buckle. I don't know what's being said in here, but I'm all for anything that's hot redheadish with belts and buckles and chains and whips and whatever else we can invent. Um, oh man, yeah, I think I'm going to just stand up here now for the rest of this live stream here. Has everybody in here heard of Ryan Hall, y'all? I hope so. I'll tell you what, let me help the man out and his millions of subscribers. If one of my mods would not mind, um, sharing with the rest of the class a link, and they'll have that. Let me get some more WD-40 here. Ah, oh, man. That helps keep me talking, like I need to. I'm better off when I shut up, really. I really am. I think most of us as humans, we're a lot better when we shut up than we are when we talk. That's worked out pretty good. And it's that little tray there has saved dropped seeds there. There's quite a few dropped seeds there. But when I do this for real, with me just out here, picking and everything, I'll have my bucket. I'll get the action bucket out here and just pop them off and pop them over in the bucket is what I'll be doing there. Thank you very much, Wade. I appreciate that, brother. Help that man out, him and his millions of subscribers. But there ain't no better source for severe weather notification and letting you know what's going on I've ever found. Besides your local weatherman, getting right in there. But Ryan Hall does a good job. Hello there, our urban homestead, all the way from Perth, Australia, Miss Annette. Great to see you. Yeah. I like me some Perth, Australia, especially the mint down there. I need to get down there and hang out with somebody in Perth and just make me a little side trip over there to the mint and pick me up some stuff, right? And use your place as a hideout, all right? When you see me, I'll be coming in hot. I won't be able to run very fast because my pockets will be full and a backpack, but I'll get there. And then you just open the doors and shut them behind me real tight and lock the doors and don't answer the door when anybody knocks, okay? That'd be the best thing. Oh, y'all, I soaked myself down with some Deep Woods Off. I think it is some Deep Woods Off. Got all that DEET in there, that good DEET, right? And this was before I got started with the live stream. I put my glasses on, everything, it was all good. And then when you know it, a mosquito landed right on the tip of my nose where I did not have any. It figured it out, right? It's like, hey, this guy stinks everywhere but except right here. And this is where I'm gonna go in and stab him right in his face. He was smushed. Uh-oh. Got South Florida sunshine dealing with the poopy child. Oh, y'all. Oh, I would love to be there for a traditional Aussie barbecue. You just don't know how, I'm like most Americans, we would love to take a nice extended trip to Australia. I would love to live there, for a few years even. or go there several times a year. If only I had those a few little extra zeros in my bank account, right? I would do that. I would go and I would live in Cooper Pedy or Cooper Pedy or Cooper Pedy. I'd live there for a while and check out the local opals, right? Either there or Lightning Ridge. I like either one of those places. It gets a little hot there too, but you live under the ground, right? That's what I'd love. Now I'm going to piss off everybody from Australia talking like them or trying to. That's what you do, though, right? When you're American. Got so many accents all over the world, all these kind of places that you wish you could see. Australian barbecue, a traditional Australian barbecue would be so cool. And I guess it could be, might wind up with some kangaroo, which I heard is some good stuff. Probably some great beef, though. I'll tell you what, there's a few people down there I would love to meet. Josh over there at, I can't think of Josh's name of his channel. In Your Yard Homestead. That guy out there is awesome. He's working out there on the cattle range and lives a rough and tough life. And I would love to go meet him and hang out with him and eat yabbies and eat some beef and whatever he's got out there. Kangaroo, he's out there almost a bushman, almost a bushman, right? But Josh is pretty cool beans, and he's a good man too. Great man. He's endured a lot, a lot. I tell you what, if you could, if you had like a bad patch that you were going through, well, he had like 6 of them. Just hit him, and hit him, and hit him. I'm probably four really bad things happened. And just as soon as one cleared the chamber, another one loaded up to hit him. I'm like, come on. How many times does somebody need to get hit repeatedly? But, he got hit repeatedly, right? I'd love to meet Homestead Oss too. Lynn and Wayne, I would dearly love to meet those people. They're out there close to the Snowy River range, and they vacation there themselves a lot. They go out there for years out at the Snowy River, and they see the wild horses, the Brombies, right? Incredible. They even made a video on the bridge going over the Snowy River. And for me, that's one of my favorite movies of all times. The Man from Snowy River. Great movie. Great love story. Wonderful cinematography, great stuff. It's all Hollywood, but I think that they did it in a good way. I don't know. Oh, let's see. Well, it's starting to get a little dark here, and I know that I'm not going to keep bending over, and I ain't getting down on my hands and knees. I ain't doing it. There's too many little bitty blackberries and dewberries in here for me to put my hand down on, and then I'll be putting my hand down on some little poison ivy, and I ain't about that today. Not about that life today. Not at all. So I guess this is the part where I'm going to start wrapping things up here and letting y'all go. It'll be quite dark in here. And this happened. Where did this happen? That happened somehow. That happened in the bar when I made those last couple of shorts that I made. In the bar with the silver. Actually got that boo-boo at the bar. There's something up under the bar. We're sitting at the bar in the stools there, and I moved my hand and it caught on it. So, that's somehow where that came from. I look down, I'm sitting there making a video. It's like, hey, I'm bleeding. How am I bleeding? There's other way. There's not the normal way that you think of. You're going to leave the bar with a wound, right? Or bleeding. Yeah. Hey there, living a rogue life. Good to see you. Good to see you, Carla. I saw you had a video that you mentioned me in. I haven't had a chance to get over there yet. I thought I was earlier today, but that got derailed. So to everybody that has made it through, I appreciate all of y'all coming down to hang out with this old guy. And remember, if you want some of this, now it'll be while supplies last, okay? And I'm gonna go through here and pick a bunch of this stuff, and you know, harvest out all the seeds and everything, get the seeds dried out and good to go, okay? Let me see here. I'll tell you what, that right there, unless you're about that tall, this is not easy on your back, especially when you got a little extra pudge there, that right there, that little baby. I've been incubating that baby for the last 10 years or so, and it's straining the old back. I'm out here like a sway back old cow out there in the sun. So I am going to be harvesting a bunch of this. Okay, I might have to sit on a bucket sometime. I used to come through here and the other part of my place every day when I got off of work and be picking my strawberries. I was either picking them or I was propagating them, helping them, doing something with my strawberries every day. When they were putting on strawberries, I'd come home and picked a mess of them. That went on for a couple of weeks strong. And then I came to the conclusion, you know what? I'm gonna start buying my strawberries. And that, if I want a bunch of them, but I have tons of strawberries here. I've got so many strawberry plants, um, tons of them. And but I've got to work on a vertical growing system. I let my strawberries grow wild here, and they just reproduce for me. Okay, and my intentions is to have enough to get a really strong vertical growing system, um, so that I can pick them up here, right, instead of down there, right. I've seen some incredible things that they do with PVC and all kinds of other things to make it easier out in the desert. So let's see here. What do we got here? Uh, Seven Kin. Yeah, Seven Kin Homestead. They going to be going live. Is that tonight? They're probably going. Seven Kin is going live. They're probably going live now. Yeah. And we all done here. We all done here. I never like to just treat people like they were here, just for me and, that kind of thing. And, I appreciate all of y'all very much. And so I don't ever get to a point to sort of, okay, I'm done with all of you people. Find something else to do now. The live stream's over. Go home. Okay, that's not me. So it give you a chance to say bye to each other and finish up conversations or whatever. Okay, so let's Gardening Warrior Q, if you don't mind, post um, uh, post the link to Seven Kin Homestead. I don't see it in here yet. I know you said something about Lark's tried to, but she's not a mod in here. So if you could, Q, just, or any of my mods, you could post Seven Kin Homestead, and we'll do a love raid from me to them, from us to them, right? Okay. Thank you, Larks. I appreciate that. Okay, there you go. Go check out those folks. They are far out west Um, I want to say Northern California is where they are. I want to say. Uh, Great folks, and maybe I'll see you there. Baloo, thank you for coming in all the way from the UK. I think that Annette from Perth has got you beat on drive time to get here, right? She used the most gas. But I do appreciate you being here. You're a sweet lady, and you know something about how to survive and make the most of things, and I like that. So, y'all be good. Thank you, Carla, very much. Um, uh, Rhode Island, is that what? What are you saying there with Rhode Island, Baloo? Are you here? Are you here in the States now? Is that what I'm saying? What are you talking about with that? Explain yourself. What am I seeing here? RI and then USA there. What we got? What we got? What are you trying to tell me? It's Tiffany. Oh, okay. Okay. I know who you are now. Okay. Okay. Bal- I'm thinking of Baloo's. Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking that you were, well, good to see you. Good to see you. Um, I was thinking that you were Baloo from the UK because her channel is very much named like yours, I think, too. Yeah. Well, I'm glad to see you in Rhode Island. I appreciate that. Yeah, I do. I do. Blues Clues. Yeah, hers is Baloo's Clues, and then I think that Blues, it was named Blues Clues. I don't know. I don't know. Old man brain's kicking in. Y'all see the shadow there from my security light is on, so it's dark time around here. So anyhow, if you want some of these, the first few people, or maybe there'll probably be plenty to go around. $12, PayPal or check or whatever through the mail or whatever. I don't know. Um, we'll get you some self heal seeds and some mullein seeds, and it'll be a good bunch of them. I've seen some wild, crazy prices out there, and I'll be somewhere in the middle of that. And you'll be helping me with my efforts to keep the shipping department funded. Um, One lucky person, the first one that jumped in and said she wanted to take part, is going to get some wild lettuce seeds too. Wild lettuce. She's going to get some of that for being an early adopter, and I appreciate that. That's Miss Janet with Almost Homesteading. Um, I have some more things. And it's always, here I am, I've already said goodbye and I'm still talking, but it's always been my intention that my property should pay me for it. I should not have to continue to pay for a house and pay for property, that it should actually make me money somehow. And if this will help pay for some shipping of some things, then that'll be good because it's not a whole lot of money there. But Carolyn Lowe, how are you there? Good to see you. Good to see you. I appreciate all y'all stopping in to see me. And with that, I guess I'm gonna have to say goodbye now and be for real about it. So, okay, well, y'all be good. Let me hit the little X on the screen here. I hope that everybody's through with their conversations. Hit the X. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yes, even though y'all are still in here. I'll let y'all go do something else. Go visit Seven Ken Homestead. And I'm going to pack up and get back in the house. And I don't even know if I'm going to grill tonight or not. But I probably won't. Do my grilling during the day maybe. But y'all be good. Let's see. Sure you want to stop? Okay. Y'all grab a partner, grab a hold to something because I'm fixing to end it in 3, 2, 1.